It's October and that means 31-day horror film challenges apparently. I also recently discovered Tubi, the free streaming site, was available in Vietnam, so I signed up and decided I'd watch one horror film every day of this month. Only 2 rules I've set myself. Number 1, it has to be available on Tubi, and number 2, I can't have seen it before. A film chosen purely because of the name, which sounds like Neon Maniacs, which I recently reviewed, and the poster art, which is pretty cool, and I was expecting this to probably be on par with Nicole and Scare Me from last week, and was I in for a shock because for a super low budget indie film, this had some great special effects, makeup, lighting and cinematography, plus a decent story and passable acting. This is defo an above average indie horror, which is why I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. With a name like that, I had to. I should have known when the credits said music by Fatal Mistake that it was an omen of what I was just about to commit. Jesus Christ, there are no words to describe how bad this movie was. I don't know if it was the nonsensical plot, the woeful acting, the padding of a 70-minute runtime, the fact this shark lived in a tiny lake in Ontario, everyone had swimming clothes on under their normal clothes, or the CGI they didn't know how to mesh with the actual footage that had me seriously questioning my choices in life, which is I'm giving this 0 out of 5 stars. It had to happen sooner or later, I guess, because man, this was an utter unwatchable shitfest. Chosen purely off the poster art this time, and how can I best describe this film? Creepy kids, tits and a legitimate scream queen in Laurie Geffin are the stars of the show. Another movie I quickly realised I'd seen before when the peephole scene came on. Actually, this had more nudity than the prior 9 days combined. In fact, the first scene was one of the most mystifying of 80s horror tropes, that of the teens having sex in a freshly dug grave. Is this a thing Americans do? That's twice I've seen it this week. Decent enough pacing and a set piece kills keep this tripping along, but lacking a little bit of gore for my liking, which is why I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. It's a campy child killer thriller more than a horror. I'm sad to report that there are microwaves and massacres in Microwave Massacre, but not one single actual microwave massacre. A very strange movie where all the ingredients for a so bad it is good film exist, but are just off, hitting that sweet spot slightly. I think the problem is it feels like they were aiming for this to be so bad it is good. Some of the dialogue being so bad I swear whoever wrote this has never met another single human, and it's not funny bad, it's just bad, which is why I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars, because I did get some entertainment out of it. Purely chosen for the poster art, and it's one of those movies where a bunch of teens, and yes, I'm doing air quotes when I say teens, head into the woods and slowly get murdered by a psychotic machete-wielding nutter. The twist being the killer is one of a set of twins. Which one is it? Well, we the audience know pretty much who in the first 5 minutes, so I don't know why they even set up a mystery in the blurb, but this was right up my alley. Buckets of gore and an almost sensical plot kept me entertained throughout, throw in the rocking sim soundtrack, and I highly recommend it, which is why I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. Somehow, I'd managed to have never seen Sir Peter Jackson's first feature film, Bad Taste, so when Tubi recommended it to me, I was very much in because I love splatter films and he's an exceptional director, and I was not let down. The fact this film was shot on a budget of $25,000 and took 4 years of shooting just on weekends when he and his friends could get together just blows my mind, because it has more going for it than most modern blockbusters. It's 90 minutes of creativity, originality, passion, and most importantly for my entertainment, splatter gore, which is why I'm giving this 4 stars out of 5. I'd love to see the faces of the Hollywood execs watching this when getting pitched Lord of the Rings by him. A miracle they gave him a single cent. I ended last week with a Frank Henenlotter film, and that was so far the best I'd watched, so I thought I'd end up this week with one too, and man did he not disappoint again. Yet another masterpiece midnight movie with sleaze, gore, a ridiculous stop motion puppet, and probably the only time a blowjob has culminated in a woman's brains being sucked out of her head, all whilst being a PSA for the dangers of addiction, which is why I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars, because this is top tier B-movie schlock. Subscribe, comment and like if you enjoyed this, because week 3 will be coming soon. In 7 days, because that's how weeks work.